What's going on, everybody? And we are live again. And with me is Cody from Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm Johnny K Picks. And we are going to go over our picks, predictions, bets for UFC Vegas 52 now, I believe it is. Yes. And it is shaping up to be a disaster of a card already.
Yep.
So many fight cancellations. Just recently, we heard that the cop and Sue, I can't say his name, fight got canceled.
Yep.
Just making this card even better. So, man, how's it going, man?
It's going good. I'm on vacation, having a good time. But yeah, like you said, man, just seeing all these fights getting canceled and mixed up, and man, it just sucks, man. I was really looking forward to that Cape fight, and like we were talking about, man, we both had that at a good line, like -150. That's so good. But did it say why? Do you know why they got canceled? Or just
I think I saw that Kate posted some stuff on either Twitter or Instagram or something, and then it got deleted real quick. But it was something about like USADA or something. Maybe he got tested and something happened where I'm not 100% sure. I just saw something about it.
That's
but
crazy.
I mean, if that's the case and USADA got him, I mean, that's gonna suck. I don't know. He might get suspended for a while.
Yeah, that's wild, especially if they're getting him before and having to pull out of the fight. Man, that was going to be one of the best fights on this card, dude.
I know. I mean, it was going to be a contender for the fight of the night, but I mean, I still think it would have been Jourdain. But
yeah, that's going to be a good one, dude.
Oh yeah, that one's gonna. I don't want to say it's gonna save this card by any means, because it's gonna need a lot more than just that fight. But man, it's gonna be so hard to watch this. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. Don't get me wrong, but
seems like it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, like I want to do a couple more bets. I'm looking at the lines. I got one more in mind, but man, I don't want to push these bets now. They're getting messed up for parlays, and then you're gonna try to force those bets, and then you know how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them ain't got no value. That Romanov up over 1,000. You barely ever see that in the UFC unless it was like Shevchenko, and now it's like once a week, three, 4 fights on each card are chalked up to -600, 700. It's kind of wild.
Yep. So you want to talk about last week's card real quick about all the point deductions, illegal kicks, knees?
Yeah, man, the twerking. That's what did it, dude. That's like they said. After that, everything went downhill from there, man. After Jordan Levitt had to twerk. Yeah, man. It was a tough card for me. I had Trey Ogden. That fight was close, back and forth. And twerking happened, and yeah, dude. I had Gaji. Which it sucks too, because with Barriault, like when I watched him, Barriault, when I watched him both times on the Ultimate Fighter, I said when he came to the UFC, I'm definitely betting this dude. Like, this dude's legit. But a lot of stuff too with that fight kind of sucked, man. Like Tapology being way off with everything.
That's what I was going to mention.
Gaji was going to be 2 inches taller than him and like an 8-inch reach. Yeah, like Barriault, and Barriault can't be 5'10" or something's way off there. Either get Barriault's 5'10" and that Gaji's like 5'8".
Yeah, I think Kaio was 6'1" and Gazi was 5'11", and Barriault's reach advantage was 4 inches, not 8. So everything was all jacked up.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that was I would have been all in on Barriault if I knew
he was way bigger,
the bigger fighter. Like, I didn't think about it until I saw him at weigh-ins and then the face-offs, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm like 100% confident. I should have bet more. Because I think at that time, he was still the underdog.
Yeah, he was so much thicker and just bigger, man. He's good. He's so good.
I was going to say, I knew he was pretty good in the Contender Series. He looked really good, but man, he looked dynamite.
Good. Yeah, he's gonna be legit in that division, fighting anybody, striking, BJJ, wrestling, all that. Yep.
Yeah. But it was just unfortunate with that illegal knee. Like, Like I was talking in my video. I mean, there was so much crap going on that card with all these illegal stuff, and like the refs doing it one way and the other refs doing it another, and the commission didn't do it right this way. And they
should have been like no contest at most.
And like with the Boudet fight too, like they called that one an illegal strike, but then it was accidental all of a sudden.
Yeah, because it's like if you're from what the precedent that sets in my mind is like, all right, so that means if you're up 2-0, then you can just go out there and kick the dude, punk kick him in the nuts. The fight's over, and now you win a decision. Yeah, you just got to win the 2 rounds. That's why it's not supposed to be like that. And they did it like that on 2 fights, but it shouldn't have been like that. It should definitely been either no contest or just total definitely the Godzi one should have been a total disqualification, because the Boudet one was on purpose, but it's also like he moved his head, this and that, so you can call it accidental. Yeah. But the Godzi one, I mean, it was the same exact thing as the Petroyan, Piotr Yan one. I mean, he looked at him, his hand was down, he kneed his face. And that was a bad one. I mean, he cut his eye open. And then they were still trying to get him to fight like 2 minutes, 3 minutes after. Like he's laying on the ground. They're like, "You gonna get up and fight him or not?" And dude's like, "Dude, I just got my ass beat for like 12 minutes." He's like, "I'm not going to."
There was a lot of like showmanship on a couple of those fights too. I'm like, come on, like, I mean, I get it. Like you had 5 minutes, you're fine. Like you're losing the fight. Like I think Barnett and even Godzi too. I'm like, either call it now or you try to win it, because you're not winning this fight. Like you can't
do anything. No,
it was just insane. Like I hate that whole like you have your hand down rule and it's okay, you're grounded. I get the knee, totally get the knee, like you're grounded. But like when people are playing that like game, if you want to say, when they have a hand or finger on it or something, I'm like, you're playing a dangerous game. And that's kind of what Godzi was doing. And like I'm not saying it was legal by any means, because it wasn't. But I mean, how do you, if you're Caio, like how do you know when a fighter has a finger on or fingers on the mat and like he's playing that game, he's like up and down, up and down, up and down. Like to me, like I don't think that should be legal. Like you should either have your whole palm down, or your fingers don't count, because that's when you're playing the game. When
I just don't understand why you can grab somebody in a tie clinch, grab their head, and knee them in the face. Well, when they're on the hand on the ground, you can't knee them. I mean, if they don't want to not be kneed, then take your hand off the ground and block your face. But like it's a weird rule. It's definitely a weird rule.
Like if your knee is down, you shouldn't be able to knee in the face. That's fine. But like if you're on your feet and you're like bending down and you're just
doing that to stop
me, that like that's so like
they got a good position on you, so you go, oh shit. Let me just put, it's a weird rule. I can't remember when they put that in either. If it's like always been in, I feel like it hadn't always been in, but
I'm not sure when that came in or whatever. But to me, like it's kind of shady. Like I think they need to change up or switch something up with that rule, because that it's too confusing for the fans, and like they're never consistent, and that's the thing I hate about it the most. Like so, like Boudet, like I know it was accidental, it was kind of an illegal shot, they called it, so they judged it there, and I think that's why they did the same thing with Caio, because they wanted to be consistent, but even though it wasn't really consistent,
it was a different because I mean it was completely illegal where they took a point off Caio right away. They were like point, and all that, but yeah, man, like you said, it's got to be judged the same way. Everything has to be judged the same way.
And then another thing too is refs, they see things differently. Like Mark Smith is on my shit list, dude. I do not like Mark Smith. He gives out points like it's candy, dude. Like
I know. Point deductions. He does like pre-point deductions, man, before it even happens. Like
he'll scream at fighters if you watch, like their hand will be up like 4 feet away and like, watch your fingers, watch. I'm like, dude, he's not even close. He didn't even touch his face yet. Like, wait for that. And then you can start saying, like, if you do it again, I'm going to get you a point. Like, say something like that. I get it. But like, you're making the fighter think too much when he's just trying to fight, you know what I mean?
Yes, he's going to get someone knocked out with that.
Exactly.
Look over at him and just get dropped.
Yep. But all right, we can go on for days for this. I mean, I can talk for hours, but we'll do
it's been crazy. It's been crazy, like last month and a half of just judges, refs, fighters, everything, man. It's just been wild.
We'll say hi to some people in the chat here. What's going on, Travis?
What's up?
We've got some few bangers. Yeah, there's a few on this card. Victor's here. What's up, man?
What's
we'll
up,
make
Victor?
some money this weekend. Hopefully, there's not a lot of good spots, but we'll find some.
Right.
About betters here. Fat Kung Fu Panda. Yep. Let's see. I picked the Russian, but I'll admit Barriault yeah, he's a problem. About better says mediocre MMA, poor referees, and disgusting judges. I mean, that's pretty 100%. Much what it's been. And like they had a good stretch too of like 3 cards. I think that they were doing pretty good. And then the last like 3 cards, it's like, dude, you guys are getting back in the old ways again.
It's been crazy. It's been crazy, to be honest.
Yep. Romanov, FanDuel opened up at 1,800 for Romanov. Yeah, I mean it's
so high, but that's what it really should. Dude, I mean, if you were rich, you could make some money off this one.
Dude, I'm gonna say, like, if you were that big time gambler putting down $200,000 on a fight, you'll win in smooth what 20,000. I mean, I'm just throwing.
You could put 180,000. Yeah, and what you'd win?
You win 10,000. Is that it?
That all it is?
Yeah, it is. Well, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, no, not really. Just in case he slips on a banana peel, you know what I mean, and tears his ACL or.
About better said he lost 140 on a Pat Sabatini via sub. I mean, Pat Sabatini looked good, but I thought he was gonna get a sub too.
Yeah, Laramie's good, man. That dude's gonna beat up some other people.
Yep. Yeah, Laramie's pretty good. He's just not that. I mean, Sabatini is he's crazy on the ground. He's really good.
Cardio's nuts, man. Yeah.
Yep.
I want to see what are we gonna get when we get Sabatini versus Bryce Mitchell.
Oh shit, that's gonna be fucking.
Because they're both 45ers, right? Are they? Yeah. So
Sabatini has some work to get up there though, but I mean that'll be a real good fight.
That'd be a crazy grappling match right there.
Yeah, I don't think actually probably one of those fights where it stays on the feet and you're like, I want to see the grappling match.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so we'll go to the first fight, which is going to be a banger of a fight, mind you. We got Dean Barry versus Mike Jackson. I'll let you go first. And
Dean Barry versus Mike Jackson, man. I don't even know why this fight's in the UFC. It's crazy. I mean, Mike Jackson's 0-1. But Dean Barry, I watched. I mean, and his one loss is a knockout loss to Mickey Gall. You know, okay, like he just quit. He got hit like 3 little baby times. But man, I watched Dean Barry. He's got a good karate background. He's got some pretty good power in his hands and his kicks. He's got good ground and pound when he's on top, and he's got good movement, good striking defense, and all that's enough to beat Michael Jackson. So I'm going to take Dean Barry by first round KO because Michael Jackson don't like getting hit, and he's not very good. So I feel like Dean Barry is definitely going to catch him in that first round at some point. Yeah, finish him. As long as you don't like follow him to the ground in some weird submission or something. But
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly what I got too. There's no point in betting this fight unless you want to do. Actually, I think I saw if you want to do a Dean Barry. That's name Dean Barry first round knockout. I think it's plus money, which is
really.
That's the way to go. If you want to degenerate gamble that one, that would be the only bet that I would do is first round Dean Barry knockout here. But yeah, I mean, you can't bet you can't pick Mike Jackson. I mean,
right. Imagine
I don't even want to even go into this fight. Like, it's not even a UFC fight. It's just basically it's an amateur fight that this guy took on short notice, and Dean Barry is just basically I wouldn't say he's an amateur, but he's a regional guy.
Yeah, 4-1. I mean, 4-1 versus 0-1 in the UFC. You don't see that very often. Yep. So, and man, it sucks. At least this is the first fight of the night. It should be over quick. You got to worry about it.
Yep. Yeah, Victor said, I'm staying away from betting wise. I want to enjoy this fight. It may end up being good / funny. Yeah, it might be funny as fuck.
Right. Yeah. Sideshow fight right there, man.
Yep. A lot of 10K bouts. Yeah, salaries. Yep. And then Bout Benner said first round finish for Barry's plus 110, so it's going down.
That's not bad at all.
It's still good if you can get plus money for that. If you want to take a chance on a first fight,
and that's just the whole fight, right? Is it first round KO? That's for
first round KO. First round KO.
Okay.
I mean, that's the way to go, though. I mean, I think I saw it was like minus 200 and something for KO, just KO throughout the whole fight.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that first round one.
All right, so we'll move on up to the next fight, which is actually a UFC fight. Marcin Prachnio versus Felipe Lins. I got Prachnio in this one. I actually like Prachnio. His last couple fights, he looked really good. He's improving. You can tell if you watched like his last 3 or 4 fights, you can see the improvement in each fight.
Yeah.
He has really good striking. He has good power. I like his kicks and body kicks. Really, like he's really good at that. And with Lins, like I mean, he used to be a heavyweight, not like a big guy, like 240 or so. But I don't know if he's going to be able to get down 205. But we'll see.
Right.
I don't know if he's going to be able to outlast Prachnio in this fight. I think he's either going to be a first round knockout or bust. He has good power, but I mean, he lost this couple times in his UFC fights to
Arlovsky and Boser.
Arlovsky and Boser. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Arlovsky didn't knock him out, but Boser knocked him out, and Boser's not too much of a knockout threat in the heavyweight division. I mean, Boser's a good technical striker, but he's not a knockout guy.
Right, and he knocked him out cold.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
he hit him with like 3 hooks, and hitting him on the way down and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I got Prachnio here. I think he's eventually going to get the knockout, probably in the second round. Like I said, he's just improving, and I think this is going to be a good matchup for him. The leg kicks and body kicks, I think, are going to do dividends in this fight for him.
Yeah, man. I'm with you on that. Felipe Lins, man, he just hasn't really showed me nothing in the UFC. I know he's been up at heavyweight, but it's not like, I mean, he was fighting the greatest heavyweights. He came over from the PFL after winning their tournaments over there, and I think he was on like some juice or something over there, because he just looked way different when he came over to the UFC to have to fight. He's good though. Like Lins has good striking. He's well rounded. He's got decent wrestling, but he's got good BJJ. He's got some sub finishes and stuff on his record. But I don't know, man. His striking, he just hasn't looked good in the UFC. And Marcin Prachnio, like you're saying, man, he's been looking good. I know he had them 3 losses in a row, 3 first-round finishes, but them were just like he got caught, you know. And he went nuts too. Like Sam Alvey fight, he went nuts. He fought Magomed Ankalaev, and that's going to happen where you get caught by him. But
100%.
Now it seems like he's like when he fought Sam Alvey, he's coming out, putting his hands down, like hit me in the face. It seems like now he's more professional, taking it more serious than that, because he was good over in Europe before he came to the UFC. He had a lot of good ones. His strikings look crisp. I liked how he looked against Khalil Roundtree. I actually had a bet on Roundtree, and I was surprised that Marcin was taking the punches that he took and was giving them back. And like you said, man, his leg and body kicks are heavy and good. So I'm going to go with him, man. I'm going to go with him to land the harder shots. Felipe Lins can be low output too. Yeah. And Prachnio, man, he's looked good lately. His cardio's looked good, everything. So like you said, I'm going to go with the guy that looks like he has all the momentum. It's pretty much close to a pick 'em. I don't have no bet on it, but I like Prachnio. I think it'd go by decision. I don't know if he'll finish him or not, but I'll take Prachnio.
Yep. Yeah, I think even if it gets past to the first round, I think Prachnio will definitely win the last 2 rounds. You know, I just don't think Lins's cardio can hold up too much, and he's so low volume. Like Prachnio will just outpoint him to death.
Right, and it's like you said, we got to see Lins make light heavyweight. He hasn't made that in probably 3, 4, 5 years.
And he's not a young guy. Like what is he? Like 30 something?
Yeah.
So I did see a comment on here I want to get back to. What's up, Real News MMA? A few weeks back, Mike Jackson called me Snow Roach Thug on Twitter. I'm interested to know why he called you that.
Snow Roach Thug. It's decent.
But yeah, if everyone can hit that like button right now, since you guys are here, that'd be fantastic. Appreciate
Eric,
it.
What's up? What's up, Eric? What's up, Real News MMA too? Them guys are always here. Appreciate that.
So you got. What's up, Joseph Ramirez?
What's up, Eric, buddy?
Yep. How's it going, man? All right. Let's see what we got next here. Moving on up. Let me get to the tab. Oh, we got another banger of a fight here. We got Preston Parsons versus Evan Elder. Man, you're getting all the good ones. Start this one off.
Yeah, man. Another short notice fight. It was supposed to be let's see.
What was this? I don't even remember his name.
Parsons was supposed to fight
Kosuke,
yeah, and then he fell out, and I was actually going to bet. I wanted to bet Parsons. I don't know if I was fully going to, but I wanted to because he's got like 10 finishes himself. My sub are 9, and He's good. He's pretty good. His short notice debut up a weight class didn't look that good, but yeah, dude, that guy was actually pretty good, and I think that he was going to be able to last that first round with Koski. But yeah, on this man, he had a full camp. He actually looks pretty good at his natural weight class. I'm definitely going to take Parsons, and I'm going to take him by sub. I don't know if it'll be first or second round sub, but I got Parsons by sub on this. And like you said, it's just another fill-in match where they had a short replacement. This card's kind of terrible with that, but yeah, man, give me Parsons.
Yeah, I got the same thing. Like short notice fight. I think Evan's taking this on like 3 days short notice.
So short notice, man.
I don't think he has 1 round of gas in him. I think, and then he's a striker, so he might be able to land that one shot, but he's got a lot of KOs on his record. But I just think Parsons is going to be able to survive the first round, even if he loses it. I think he is going to get the sub. He'll be able to take down Evan, and I was going to say second round submission, but it's just I'm just not looking really forward to this fight.
Right,
it's one of those like meh. Like I was kind of interested when I just wanted to see about Kosuke and see if he made any adjustments with his cardio, because in his last fight he gassed himself out in the first round, and then he got finished. And then he got rocked in the second. So
his brother did the same thing against Philip Rowe. Yep. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think Parsons. He's not really all that bad of a fighter, to be honest. Like if you see him too, it's weird because he's a really good grappler and he's got really good wrestling. But they said he never wrestled in high school or nothing, and so he's just like a naturally good wrestler. I watched him out wrestle another wrestler and get the sub. So yeah, man, I kind of like Parsons. So, but I definitely take him this weekend.
Yeah. Eric said, for what it's worth, Cody Stathik said he thinks Evan Elders should be a -185 favorite. I think it's close to a pick 'em right now, so maybe he's high on him. Like I don't know too much about him. I didn't really do too much research, but it's always going to be hard for guys coming in like with 2 days notice. Like, yeah, I'm going to fight this guy real quick, and
man, that's crazy. I respect what Cody Stathik says.
Yeah, for real. I'll have to do more. I don't have a bet on this fight by any means, but I'll have to look at it and see what the lines are. This one is I could go either way with these guys in the street. I'm not even knowing.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully it's a good fight. We just get something good to watch at least.
Yeah. Victor asked if we're gonna bet on Parsons by sub.
I'm
probably gonna. This fight's
if he wins though. That's how he probably.
I think that's the way he wins. But man, like I said when we first started, this card drained me already. The Cape fight, like after that, I'm like, you know what? I think I might be done betting because everything is going wrong, and I don't want to chase any bets. So
it's already doing that, man. This card's everything's going weird already again.
Yeah,
man.
And this is like a COVID card. Remember, like the first card of the year where everything went wrong.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this is the same exact thing. It's like deja vu all over again.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Sucks, man, to lose some of the fights we lost.
True. All right, so the next fight we got here, we'll move on up. We got Aoriqileng versus Cameron Elsay. I got Aori to win this one. I think he's the better striker. He's got the way better gas tank. The only thing that is the little scary thing for me is if Cameron can get the takedown like in the first minute and get a quick submission, because that's all. I think that's all his only chances to win this fight. I think all of his wins, or at least most of his wins, have come in the first round, like under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So he is a submission or bust in the first round, and I think Aoriqileng he can either get the knockout or decision win here, but I'm thinking knockout. But I just don't see how Aoriqileng loses this one unless he just gets taken down immediately, and that's probably might be the only way he loses. So, real quick one. Aoriqileng by knockout.
Yep. Yeah, man. After I watched a lot of tape on this one. Lang is good, dude. Aoriqileng is good. Aoriqileng, he's good. He just had 2 tough fights in the UFC. His first fight with Molina, I thought he could have won that. Like that, the first round he definitely won. The second round was like I thought he won it, but he kind of got dropped for 1 second in it. So it was like it was close back and forth. Even at the end of the third, he almost had Molina.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he dropped Molina like 2 or 3 times too.
It was so I mean, and Molina's a beast, man, and the dude's good. Like I watched him, he's got good wrestling. He came out and was taking Molina down. He's got pretty good wrestling. That's why I don't think Cameron Elsie's gonna be able to come out and take him down in the first round and just sub him, because Lang has pretty good wrestling. The only thing I found with Lang I didn't like is as the fight gets longer, like towards the end of the second and the third, it seemed like he slowed down a little bit and became a little more hittable versus Jeff Molina and them. But them dudes are real good. Elsie, I don't see him doing that. He's the one that gasses out more. Like you said, I'm with you, man. On the fights I watched on his regional scene, he was pretty much first rounder bust. Like he would, even some of the people he put the beating on him the first round, they came out and he was just done. So I actually there wasn't too many like locks on this card, and this one still ain't a lock, but this was as close as what I could find to one besides having like Tyson Pedro and them. So I got Aoriqileng. I think he's going to get a second or a third round finish, but he will get a finish because he goes hard the whole fight. And Cameron Elsey, except from what I've seen in his amateur, or not amateur, but regional and all that stuff, is he doesn't go hard. He's a good hammer, terrible nail. So he like you said, he's got that first round to do some stuff. But I'll take Aoriqileng, and I actually bet 2.3 units to win 1 unit on him. And I think that he should get that win kind of easy. So,
I got Aori in a parlay with Jourdain, I think. So and you know what, like Aoriqileng, like you said, like that this is probably one of the closest locks of the night. Like I wouldn't say it's a lock,
right?
There's just, it's slim pickings. It's hard. It's might be one of the good parlay pieces to use if you want to put
That's
it in.
What I think. I mean, because I put a big bet. I mean, I put 230 on him to win 100. So I think that's.
I mean, if he can survive the first, half a round, I think he's good.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
What's up, Broke Bets? He said Cape got busted for some illegal substances. Wish they still could have kept that fight. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I did. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you were here. I saw on Twitter like he posted some stuff and then immediately like deleted it. So I don't know if it was something about USADA.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Because that and like you said, the Vannata fight, man. Them were the ones I was really looking forward to.
Victor has got a bet on the fight doesn't go to decision. I like that bet. What's a good one? Because it's covering all bases there.
Right, just in case LC does somehow get lucky in the first. Yeah, I like that. Good bet, Victor. I like that one.
What's up, GG Supreme? He's got Junior, Jessica, Barry, and Tyson 2K on it for 4K. I feel like it'll cash. Oh, you're doing like a mix. Okay, you're doing a mix promotion.
He already hit the Carlos Jr. The Barry Tyson. I like them.
Is that Jessica? Oh, I forgot her last name. Starts with a B.
Andrade.
Is it Bellator? Oh, it could be. Oh, no, that's Julian. Never mind. It could be Andrade and then Barry and Tyson Fury.
I like that, man. I'm with you on all of them.
Like it.
I would like to. I would feel. Yeah, that's a good bet, man. That's a good bet.
And he said, "Sorry, you meant 7K." Okay, you're bragging a little bit now.
Just 7K.
I'm joking.
That's a good bet, man. That's a good smart bet. That's when you bet big like that, man. That's what you got to do. Is just you. I mean, you do take some of the underdogs when they come and stuff, but when you can just put together some people who you think are locks, like Tyson Pedro, Dean, Carlos Jr., they're going to come out and do what they need to do. And yeah, man, I like that. I like that. And he might only win like 3 units, or 5 units, but his 5 units, are huge. So that's cool. Yeah, that's good stuff, cool, man.
Yeah, just got Andrade. So yeah, I like Andrade.
Yep, I'm rooting for you, bro, for sure.
Yep. All right, so we'll move on up here to another banger of a fight. We got Tyson Pedro, which that could have been the Tyson he's talking about. I'm thinking of Tyson Fury.
Oh yeah.
Tyson Pedro versus Ike Villanueva. Who you got in this one? No brainer one. Watch out.
Yeah, man. I got Tyson Pedro. We haven't seen him in 3.5 years. Before he left, he had a couple bad losses, but he lost to Shogun. He came back and got him. But Tyson Pedro's young, man. He looks good. He's been in like doing mixed martial arts stuff his whole life. His dad's been a coach forever. I guess he owned a bunch of like King of the Cage stuff over in Australia, and he helps teach Tai Tuivasa and all them. But yeah, man, the dude's big. He looks good. I looked on his Instagram. He looks in great shape. Training hard, all that, and I'm just not impressed with Villanueva. I think they're kind of giving him a Tyson Pedro, you know, like this is a layup for a comeback fight after 3.5 years. This is definitely Villanueva has no wrestling, no submission game. You know, he's a brawler, but he doesn't really have the chin to back it up.
Super hittable.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, and Pedro's got good stand-up. He's got really good clinch, really good elbows in the clinch and stuff. But he's got good takedowns, and he's got really good BJJ, and that's what's going to be enough. I mean, he rolled around. He's got a win over Paul Craig, you know, where he's able to hold him down, wrestle around on the ground, crucifix him, and elbow him out. So, yeah, man, I do like Tyson. Pedro, and like I said, he's in great shape. Went and looked. He hasn't fought in a while, but this is a layup fight for him. I bet the under 1.5. But the 1.7 units to win 1 unit, and I think he gets the sub. Hit 6 of 7 wins by Pedro by sub, and the other one was that elbows. Actually, it was I don't know if they gave him a TKO or a tap because Paul Craig was actually tapping to the elbow, so I don't know what they actually called it. But yeah, man, give me Tyson Pedro. I expect him to get that first round sub, or if not first round, early second round sub.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they gave that Paul Craig fight a TKO. It was elbows in the first round.
Okay. Yep. So they yeah.
Yeah. I got Pedro as well. I don't see how he loses this fight, even with a 3-year layoff. Like, right. I mean, Villanueva is like just barely a step above Bandera, and you already know what I think about.
He's
Bandera.
Not even a step above Bandera. Yeah, I don't even know if he did.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's so freaking close. Like, this guy, I mean, he shouldn't really be in the UFC, and I think after this fight, he's probably not going to be. He's older. He's like 38 years old.
Yeah.
He's got no strike. Like, the thing is, he's got no striking defense. Like, I just don't know how he's gonna. I just don't know how he's gonna win this fight. Like, there's just so many paths to victory for Pedro. It could be striking. It could be grappling. I mean, even if he wants to, he can just run around the ring for, 17 minutes,
right?
Or not 17. We'll just say 13 minutes, and then win in the last 2 rounds or 2 minutes. So, however Pedro wants to win this fight, he's going to win this fight. I mean, it's got to be something fluky, you know what I mean? But I mean, everyone has a puncher's chance, and Ike does have a little bit of power, but
yeah, I'm with you on all that.
Yeah, I also bet the under 1.5 in this round. I got that in a parlay too.
Yeah,
I think that's a no-brainer bet of the night too.
That's
probably the one to do. And I feel confident. I don't think this fight's getting out of the first round. So one way or another.
Because Villanueva was pretty aggressive with what he does. So either like you said, he's going to go in there and he's going to land the big shot on Pedro, which I don't think he does, or Pedro's going to rough him up in the clinch, take him down and sub him. It's because like Villanueva's coming at him so aggressive. So yeah, man, I'm with you on that all day. I love that under.
Yep. Gigi asked if we like Jourdain Wright as an underdog. We will get to that in a little bit.
Hey.
Ramirez said I was going to make a 6-fight parlay for all of them to go over a half a round for like plus 250.
Yeah, with like Clay Guida, a couple of the girl fights and stuff.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, there's a lot of fights in this card, actually. I think that probably will go to decision there. But then these lower level fights, they're not going to decision.
So you one that ain't, it's going to be Romanov.
Yeah, watch that one will go to decision. You're like, what?
Somehow it's just like a clinch match or something the whole time. Chase Sherman lands the takedowns and gets top control.
Victor said he does that in almost every card, and somehow, some way, somebody manages to get the KO under a minute. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you just never know. Everybody has a puncher's chance.
I did a 4-fight over/under when we went to that card in Columbus, man, and I was 3-0 going into the damn Calderwood freaking Grasso fight, and I needed the over in that, and like Calderwood or Wood just gets choked out and under a minute. Like as soon as she gets. Speaking of
the devil, Victor literally just said the same thing that you just said.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. Yeah, and Victor was there, dude. I was mad too because I didn't know on my Instagram like that if people send you messages, there's like your primary, general, and some other one or something. So then when we was at that UFC, Victor had sent me some messages, and I never know to looking at things. So I seen like 2 weeks later, it was like because I couldn't erase messages. I'm like, why is it keep messages, but I'm not seeing no messages in my and because I would have wanted to go meet up with him, man, and say what's up. But yeah, that Grasso fight killed me, man. Everything that went wrong, could go wrong on that card, went wrong for me, man. Yeah. Everything from Dvorak to freaking Asgar to that.
Yeah. I mean, the Dvorak fight, for me,
I thought he won it.
I thought he won it.
The
I mean, the
easily.
Askarov fight was closer than that
Right.
one, but
I still thought he won it.
I still thought he won it too, but you know how that goes.
Damn Russians.
I know. They have to start wars, and then everyone has to bet or judge against them. So
I wish I'd have known that, dude. I would have definitely been picking against him. I didn't even think of that at all. But that's how it's been going.
I hope that's not the case, honestly. But I mean, if you look at the history since that's happened, I mean, Jan.
Crowd has a lot to do with them judges too, making them decisions. Because dude, the crowd was going nuts for Dvorak.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody loves Kai Kara-France. I mean, I like Kai Kara-France.
I do too. Yeah, he's likable.
He's very likable.
I should have bet him.
Yeah, I know. All right, so the next fight we got, we'll do Dwight Grant versus Sergey Khandozhko.
Yeah.
This is going to be a close fight. And I don't know if I'm going to like it or not either, but I went with Sergey. Both guys are strikers. Both guys are kind of low volume. Grant might have a little bit of power advantage. Sergey's coming back from like a 2-year layoff, I think, maybe close to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, he is the younger fighter by like 8 years too. So I don't think maybe in the 3rd round, maybe his gas will start going, but I think he'll be good. I do like his striking just a little bit better. I'm just not a big Dwight Grant fan though too, so I'm a little biased. So I think Sergey gets it done. I don't think there's going to be a knockout. Dwight Grant, I know a lot of people say Dwight Grant has a lot of power, but if you go back to his record, he only has like 2 or 3 knockouts. Nothing crazy. He's been to split decisions like 4 times. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Okay, he has 4 knockouts.
He has some decent power. He almost knocked out.
Early on, he did, when in his, like a long time ago, like 2011, he's got knockouts. But I mean, recently, if we're going back to the last,
Carlos Petrozelli or something, or Pedro.
Carlos Petrozelli.
Yeah, I had money on Dwight Grant on that one.
That was his last knockout, and that was in 2019.
He has pretty good power. Like when he dropped like Daniel Rodriguez, he's dropped like a block like for Francisco Trinaldo, but he just didn't finish him. But yeah, so I guess he doesn't really have KO. It's just like good power, you know.
Yeah, and he's been to split decision like 4 times out of his last 6 fights. So I think this is going to be a close fight. I'm not betting on this one just because if Sergey, if he would have had that layoff kind of scares me though. And if he was more active, I would totally throw down on him, but I can't. But I'm just going to pick him anyways to win. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Dwight Grant here, so that's just my pick. I mean, I'm going to stay away from it. This is just, like I said, I'll say this every fight. It's going to be a weird card, so.
Right. Yeah, I bet Dwight Grant. I bet just 0.9 units to win 0.9 units. Got him at even money's plus 100. That's the main thing is I fade Sergey Khandozhko or whatever the hell his name is, dude. He's not good. Unless he's improved a lot. I bet him a decent amount of money a long time ago when he fought Aikman, Rusman Aikman or whatever that guy's name is, something Aikman. Achman, AKHAM, I believe. But man, that guy was not good. And it was on short notice, and it was like life and death with Sergey. Like, he's really not that good. Like, he's got decent striking. His wrestling defense is okay, and his takedown defense is okay, but he doesn't really do nothing great. Like, I'm not that impressed with him. Dwight Grant's kind of the same way. Like you said, he fights close to like his opponent's level and stuff like that. But he's going to be he's going to have 2.5 inches of reach, and I believe he's going to have a big power advantage. So. He's fought a better level of competition. If you go look at Sergey, man, who he's fought, he's 27-6, but his 6 losses are like 5 of them are out of his last like 10 fights, and they're not even against all that great a competition. His losses, like, I'm just really not impressed with him. And you got Dwight Grant fighting Trinaldo, which he could have easily got the win in that. He dropped him in the first round. That was a real good fight, but it was split decision, I believe. But he's just fought the better competition, in my opinion, and I think he's going to land the harder shots. But it's like you said, man, it was kind of a stab because I liked him at the underdog prices. Yeah. But I'm just not impressed with Sergey, man. I'm really not. I really don't think he's as good as what his record shows. Because you would know if he was really as good as his record showed at 27-6 versus Dwight Grant at 11-4, he'd be minus 300. You know what I mean? But it's a pick 'em because he's really not that good. But yeah, man, I took Dwight Grant. I got 0.9 units to win 0.9 units, and even money. I took him as a little underdog stat, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully he catches him with a big shot.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad bet at all. Like I said, this is going to be a close fight either way you look at it. And if you, in the close fights, you want to pick the underdog because,
right.
I mean, do you think like Dwight Grant like plays down to his opponents a little bit though? Because
A little bit.
I do see like. I just feel like he's a little bit better, like the Trinaldo fight. Like I think I had like Dwight Grant to win, and I was like, dude, like what is going on here? Like he's like playing down to like his level, like a little bit.
It's like yeah, man, it's almost like Bobby Green. You know what I mean? It's like they could fight way better, but they just kind of like go tit for tat with their opponents instead of just putting it on them. And that's kind of what Dwight Grant does. Instead of going out there being the better athlete, the bigger guy, you know, a little more power, kind of going nuts on them. He'll just go tit for tat. You hit me, boom, I'll hit you back. All right, let's reset. Let's go back to the ring, reset. Like he needs to do more. I mean, there shouldn't be really no wrestling going on here. It should be just striking match. I think it's gonna be boring, but I really do think Dwight Grant's gonna land the harder shots. And
yeah, I can see that for sure.
But it's I'm not sure what the line's at right now, but
I think it's about the same. I think it's like one minus 120 plus 100, so or somewhere around there.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of a bad fight to bet, but man, like you said, there's not that many spots to find on this card.
Yeah, I mean, you got to find some value somewhere. I mean, there's some underdogs in this card that you can exploit. We're coming up to one right here, I think. But yeah, it's gonna be a weird fight. I'm just worried about that layoff for Sergey, but other than that,
that's a long layoff.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, he's still young. He's 29 years old. Maybe he made some improvements. Let me check real quick. He did have a couple canceled fights last year. So maybe he's been staying in shape. So who knows? Right. You know what I mean?
But like, I would take Francisco Trinaldo over Khandozhko. Definitely. You know what I mean? And them are the people like I thought Dwight Grant might have won that fight because he actually dropped Trinaldo. You know, Trinaldo's good. So he said, I'm betting. He said, I'm betting Dwight Grant. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not and he's been fighting tough competition. You know what I mean? Like the Daniel Rodriguez, dude. He almost had Daniel Rodriguez out of there. Daniel Rodriguez is tough, man, and that's a 185er, you know? Yeah. I wouldn't say, well, he can fight. He fights kind of at both, but I think those
Eric says go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was just.
Yeah, pretty much. I can see that exactly because I think they're just both going to be like, all right, what do you want to do? You want to do this? Okay.
Right. They need to be more aggressive, go for the kill, and dominate a little more. You know, Dwight Grant is a big dude. He looks pretty athletic and stuff. He should be taking advantage of that, but he's just not.
Here we go. We were talking about this earlier, Cody.
Okay.
Mohammed Mokayev. We couldn't think of his last name, Mokayev.
There you go. Yeah.
And then the LFA champ Charles Johnson. That's what I was saying. That's gonna be a good fight. I'm actually looking forward to it. I mean, Mokayev is crazy good.
See Mokayev calling out for Kai Kara France already, man.
He needs to slow down. He's like, was he 21 still?
Exactly. Build yourself up because Kai Kara France is the dude that catches you, you know, with that big shot when you're not ready. You
don't want to like no. Kai Kara France has way too many fights. He knows what to do. Like I like Kai Kara France. Don't get me wrong. And like after that fight with Askarov, like, dude, this guy's legit. Like he's
legit. He shored up his wrestling game a lot, man, and his striking game's on point, dude. Good striking game for sure.
And then Mokayev easy. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick against him. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that dude looks special. He really does look special.
Over 20 amateur fights, and he's what, 21 years old?
I had the damn over in that Cody Durden fight with Marc'Andre. Durden's been tough as nails, dude. Is I thought
I thought that was a really good bet. I didn't bet it though, but I thought it was a really good bet. Like that's gonna be over all day.
Yeah, nope. And dude, that was the first fight of the night too. To lose a bet in like 26 seconds, man. That's no bueno, dude. That's never fun.
That's the worst. Like your first bet of the night, it's the first first fight. You're like, yeah, let's go, and then like 10 seconds later, you're like, oh well.
That's what happened. Yeah, man. That's why I used to play DraftKings a lot back in the day before they got the sports betting legal in Indiana. I would do it a little bit on my phone, but when I would do the DraftKings like 5 years ago, man, that's what it was, man. You have your whole lineup in, you know, and if you got a fight on that first fight of the night and then they lose in DraftKings, you lose one fight, you're basically, busted your lineup.
Yeah. I used to do that too beforehand. Yeah, I used to do that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't do it too much unless they give you like free bets, and I'm like, I'll do a free bet. Why not? It's for fun. I'm not going to win because I'm not really that great at it. I won a few times, but like, like $5-10 or something. I didn't like actually be number one and win like, thousands of dollars that everyone's doing.
That's the problem with it. Like, man, you gotta have the perfect lineup. Like there ain't no Askarov was robbed. Yep.
I mean, I had Askarov winning it. It was close, but I wouldn't say robbery. But man, I thought we watched it live. Like we were there. Like I was glued to my seat, like with my beer in my hand. I'm like, go.
But the weirdest thing about the whole thing though is like watching it live. Like the way the crowd had went nuts the whole time for Askarov. Like I knew when the fight ended in the third round that Askarov was, or I mean that Kai Kara-France was getting the decision. Like even though a lot of people think Askarov won, and when they read unanimous, I just knew it was Kai Kara-France. I think it was because of the crowd and stuff, but it was weird because I just knew that Askarov wasn't getting that win. And
the crowd plays a big part because when he's throwing shots and they're like, "Oh my god!" Even in the Apex, you even hear the corners. They're like saying, "Oh," after every like hit.
Yeah.
And like that does play a part. I mean, the judges hear that and they're like, "Oh my god, they hit him," because I wasn't watching. I'm on my phone. You know how the judges are.
These fucking judges, dude. It's tough, and all these fights, man. Like, it's tough, dude. Any fight that goes to the decision now, you're like, you don't even know. You have no clue.
Well, you said it best when we were talking one time. It was like, dude, we can cap these fights 100% all day, every day, but we can't cap the judging.
Can't cap them judges because you don't know.
They're going to see something completely different than what we see or anyone else sees, and we just can't. We can't cap it, and now we can't even cap the refs. So.
Yeah, dude. It's everything's falling apart at the seams in the UFC.
I know.
With the freaking structure.
All right, so we'll go to the headliner of the prelims. We'll go to Jourdain Wright versus Marc-Andre Barriault. It is your turn.
Yeah, man. This fight is this one's crazy, man. Barriault's coming in off of getting knocked out real quick by Chidi.
Brutally.
Yeah, brutally. I mean, because the first shot dropped him, but he went up to the cage and put them hands on him. It's just it's really weird. I mean, it's either Jourdain Wright's going to come out here, obviously, and get that first round finish, or Barriault's going to start taking over. But if you watch, I know it seems that way, but like if you watch Jourdain Wright versus Joaquin Buckley, like he actually took some punches. He almost got finished at the end of the first, and then made it into the second, but he didn't look like he was gassed or nothing in the first. He just got caught with that big shot at the end, and he was actually kind of winning that first round against Buckley. He's not like that bad. He's going to be throwing them big shots. And after what I've seen with Chidi, man, I really can't go put no plus or chalk on Antonio Barriault when Jourdain Wright to me is going to come out throwing heat just like Chidi and could possibly catch him. So I didn't bet this fight or none, but it seems like it's under our underdog, or pass. So it's take the dog money. So I would definitely bet Jourdain Wright if I was betting it. I mean, because if he doesn't come out and get the finish in the first round, but say he doesn't gas, he'll be able to hang with Barriault in striking, But he's definitely the one that can come out and get that first round finish. So give me Jourdain Wright, by some crazy knockout,
Yeah, I got Jourdain Wright too, and I fade him so hard every freaking fight that I can. But like I said in my video, like the stars are aligning for Jourdain Wright in this fight because Barriault, like we said, just got knocked out 2 months ago. No idea why he's taking this fight against someone that can knock him out, even if he didn't get knocked out in 2 months. And this is a short notice fight for Barriault. Like I want to say, like no more than or less than 2 weeks short notice. So I don't know, man. Like this, it just doesn't look good for Barriault. And like you said, like let's say this fight does get out of the first round, like a lot of Jourdain Wright's problems are against power punchers. And
that's what I was going to say after.
Barriault's not a power puncher. He has like 2 knockouts in his career, and he's more of a wrestler with decent striking. And he can wrestle maybe down to the ground and keep him up and stay on top, but he's not going to get the knockout.
I feel like Wright's gonna be a little bigger too. You know?
I think so. Let me look at the stats here just real quick while we're talking about it.
That was perfect though what you said about that, because yeah, man, that's Barriault. He's not a power puncher like that. He's not a one-shot knockout guy.
He's not a Bruno Silva.
Yeah, and that's the ones that give Jourdain Wright the problems, man. And Jourdain Wright, dude's got that sick clinch. I mean, you've seen against Jamie Pickett, hitting him with them knees, elbows, and when Pickett went in for that takedown, and then he hit him with the knees and stuff to finish him. The dude's good, man. He's actually not bad. He's just got that glass chin. But if you're not fighting a dude that can hurt your glass chin, he might have cardio to keep going for 3 rounds.
We haven't seen it. We just haven't seen it yet.
Because he's been fighting some killers in the UFC, killer punchers.
He looks like he's in shape. Like, he doesn't look bad. And, like, who knows what his takedown defense. No one's tried to take him down before that I remember. And, I mean, I took a stab at Jourdain Wright, just money line at plus, I think it was plus 140, 150, one of those.
Yeah, I can't blame you at all, man.
I mean, like I said, this is a tough card to try to find value. I think this is really good. This is probably the best value on the card. I know it might seem dicey but we're gambling here. You know what I mean?
Right. And yeah, man. I couldn't be the one walking up putting 200 on Barriault, to win after, because I was the one that walked up and put 200 on Barriault last time when he fought Cheaty, that motherfucker. So yeah, man.
Yeah, we did the same bet. I'm like,
I can't go up there. I can't go up there and put a bunch on Marc-Antonio Barriault and then watch him come out and get starched in the first 45 seconds against Jourdain Wright. But I mean, on a long camp, blah blah blah, and it's even money, I probably pick Barriault. You know what I mean? But you're giving me that plus money on the dog like that. I think the value's on Wright. You're right. I like that bet. Macy's even going up. He was plus like 155. Man, I don't know who's laying all that.
I keep seeing that too. He's going up. Like I thought I wanted to beat the line movement, but man, more money's coming in on Barriault. I mean, Gutierrez says he's gonna win, which
if he does, though, I think the knockout would be in like the second or third. If because he usually,
maybe ground and pound knockout or something like that. You know what I mean? Possibly. I don't think it's going to be
on that takedown, man. You better watch it, because them elbows that he comes down with, like said with Jordan Pickett and them, and spinning wheel kicks, like anything. He come out, man. You bet on Barriault, and he comes out and he hits him with the spinning wheel kick, knockout like he did with what's his name, with Ike Villanueva. Let's see, what's my biggest bet of the night is 2-leg parlay.
I like it.
Both fights to end. I like that. I like that bet, Victor.
I got a bet, another bet to that this fight to end within under 2.5 rounds, and it was at minus 150.
Oh wow, that's not bad at all.
Insane.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, that seems like the way, you know what I mean? It's something's going to happen within 2 and 12.5 minutes is eternity.
I don't see this fight getting to the third round. Like someone's going to finish someone, whether it's like on the ground, submission, knockout, something.
Yeah, Jourdain Wright throws way too much heat to this to go to 2.5 rounds.
Yeah, I know. Take Wright by decision, that'd be crazy. Was it plus like 800 or something?
Right by submission, man.
Right by submission, that's like plus like 1,500 probably.
Yeah. Because who all has Wright lost to in the UFC? Who's all been knocked out? He's been knocked out by Bruno.
Bruno
Silva. Knocked out by let's see, two more, or Buckley, who's another freaking heavy puncher. Just them two.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, them are two giant. Them dudes are way bigger punchers than Barriault. So. But I mean, but to be honest though, prior to the Cheaty fight, Barriault had never been stopped in all of his losses. So I mean, Barriault's really tough. But if it's going to be somebody that's going to stop you, it's going to be someone like Cheaty, or it's going to be somebody like Jourdain Wright that just catches you with some weird stuff. So
I just don't like him coming back this early, man. Like we said, even if he had a full, like not even a full camp, let's say like 3 weeks and let's say he got knocked out like 8 months ago.
6 months, yeah, like, 6 8 months,
perfect. I would have picked Barriault all day here, because I like I said, I fade Wright every time I can.
Right, yeah, I mean,
the stars are aligned. The stars are aligning for him.
Right. Yep. It's like, yeah, man. And plus money. I honestly thought when it got announced that he would be minus. To be honest.
Barriault may not have no finishes, but Wright gets finished or finishes. Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
He's usually like first round knockout or bust, if you want to say. But then again, we haven't really even seen him in the second round And a
No,
lot of
because
it's too because he finishes or he gets finished. So we don't even know. So,
but that
I mean,
Buckley against Buckley, he looked good in that fight all the way up till he got hit with that big shot right at the end of the first. You know, there was maybe like 30 seconds left, you know, and he was still, or if that, because he was still wobbly when the second. But yeah, man, definitely, I like playing the over unders on this one too.
Yep.
Yeah, about better's
I mean,
right. Yeah.
Under 2.5, I think. I mean, like I said, I got that at -150. I think that's a great bet. I mean, I don't know what the line is now. I think I bet it a couple days ago when it first came out. But even the fight doesn't go the distance. I think someone said, yeah, about better said it's still -205. It's not great, but honestly, I think that should be a good parlay piece.
Yeah, because Barriault in the third. I mean, if he's still in there, he's going to be taking over, and I mean, he puts a freaking. You seen against Adzatar, everybody. Even he was coming back against Sanchez. The dude puts on a pace, man. So yeah, that's a good way to play.
If he can work in his wrestling too, like we haven't seen Jourdain Wright on his back yet. Maybe
Right.
he's not good, and
Right.
he just gets
Well, he's a karate guy. Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's a good way to look at it at the over under spots.
Yep. All right, let's go to the main event. If you haven't already, please smash that like button. Thank you very much. We'll go to the like and subscribe, Blood Money. Like and subscribe. Let's see. Who else has some channels on here? Eric, About Better, everyone else. Who else has some channels? Dev the Dude.
Yeah, Dev, what's
like
up,
and
brother?
Subscribes. If anyone else has any channels, I'm sorry if I forgot you. Say something and I'll post it up here. We'll do that.
Yep.
All right. So we got Charles Jourdain versus Lando Vannata. Whose turn is it? My turn? Your turn?
All right.
You can go. How about you?
Sorry, I was looking at some comments.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be a good fight. Like you said, this definitely has the makings to be the best fight on the card. Both these dudes are scrappy.
It has to be now.
It better be. It better. You're right. Yeah. Man, both because, dude, like, to be honest, because all these other terrible fights, and then like the last fight that's still up on my paper is Dwight Grant and Sergey, and that's gonna be a terrible fight too. That's gonna be a slow paced, terrible fight. But yeah, man, on this one, I'll start off. I bet Lando Vannata. I know this was the one me and you had a little difference on. I know you got but I bet Lando Vannata. I got him at +125. I bet him 2.5 weeks ago, and I like him here because I know he's got the striking to hang with Jourdain. Like, Jourdain's got good striking, but he's not nothing, crazy. But he's got good striking. He's tough. But I'm like, he was going life and death last fight with Andre Ewell. And Andre Ewell is just coming up from 135 to fight at 145. And, Ewell usually gasses. Like, Julio Arce finished Ewell in the second round of their last fight, the last time he fought at 145. But I definitely I think that the striking is going to be good, going to be pretty even. But I hope Lando Vannata is able to use some takedowns. Like, he was able to land a takedown or two on Grundy. One was like a reversal takedown, but he's got good wrestling. He's got okay BJJ. He's not like the greatest, but I think he can mix some in. Hopefully maybe he mixes some in at the end of a round or something, just to steal some rounds and stuff. But Vannata's got good power. He looked real good, dropping down to 145 last fight against Mike Grundy, which also made me mad too because I watched that fight and that was a back and forth war. Mike Grundy really is a tough motherfucker, dude. And then for him to just get choked out by Makwan, all he had to do, he could have stayed standing with Makwan. He could have stayed, because his stand-up's legit. His stand-up's good. He's got power, and he just shot right in and gave him his neck. But because he's really tough. It really hurts just the fact that he is really tough. But yeah, man. I think the striking is going to be pretty even with both these guys, and then I just think that hopefully Lando, like I said, I know because Jourdain's wrestling is not great, and his jiu-jitsu is even worse as far as getting up and stuff. You've seen against Kudalau, a couple people. If you go back to watch his earlier day stuff in Canada, like TJ Laramie took him down for 5 rounds and just took him down repeatedly and just beat him for 5 rounds. But I'm sure he's got a little better, but. I think that Lando Vannata is more well-rounded. He's fought in way better competition. You know what I mean? He's fought Bobby Green twice. He's got fought Tony Ferguson. Lando's tough as they come. He's not going to get finished, I don't think. And Jourdain likes to finish people. And I just think when it comes down to, especially in the third round, if it's 1-1 and Vannata needs to wrestle, He can wrestle. And like I said, Vannata looked good at 145. His cardio checked out. He looked a lot better. He looked a lot more focused and better against Grundy than he was really kind of at 155 towards the end. So yeah, man, I took Lando Vannata plus 125. I put like 1.6 units to win 2 units. I know it's going to be a war. I know it's going to be a tough fight. Ain't going to be no domination or nothing here. But as an underdog pick at that time, because I looked a little earlier before I went to the beach and I seen it was even money. They was both even money. So yeah, it was like minus 115 on my bookie. So yeah, man, give me Vannata in a close back and forth war where he steals some rounds with some takedowns, hopefully, and some grappling.
Yeah, I got Jourdain. I'll go the opposite here. Everything you said, I agree with. I just think Jourdain's he's a little bit more flashy, if you want to say. He throws a little bit more volume. And here's my little conspiracy theory, which is why I picked him, is I think this fight, I think they're gonna put on a show. Let's put it that way.
Right.
I don't think there's gonna be any wrestling this fight unless someone gets hurt or like gets stunned and they go for a takedown just to recover. Because and now more than ever, they need this fight to be fight of the night. And I think they're gonna go toe to toe. It's gonna be a stand-up striker, showdown here. It's gonna be close as they come, but for me is like I think Lando slows down a little bit as the fight goes on, and I think Jourdain gets stronger as the fight goes on. So to me, I think it's going to end up whatever happens in the third round, and I think at that time, Jourdain, you saw in his last fight, this guy's crazy. Like he's kicking people with like 2 seconds left, and and he has all that energy still, and you're like, holy shit,
he's a warrior, dude.
Yeah. This is going to be a brawl. I'm all for it. And the only reason why, like I said, it's probably going to come down, like Nick said, it's probably going to come down to a split decision. But with Jourdain being he throws a little bit more volume. He's a little bit more flashy with his kicks and punches, and he tries some elbows and all that good stuff. I think they're going to give him the nod. That's just my conspiracy theory.
Right.
Like they want this performance of the night bonus, like both of them do. Like they're going to go for it, and like it's going to be fight of the night. And they're both going to get, a bonus, and that's what they want. And they can totally do it. There's no other fight on this card that could be fight of the night other than this one. Now it was Cape and Sue. That was the only challenger of it. So
I agree with that.
And this is the opener of a main event. They're going to want to put on a show. Like I said, it's going to be a striker showdown. And if that's the case, I like Jourdain just a little bit more. And that's why I picked him.
I agree with
that. Vannata has all the wrestling though, for sure. I do like Jourdain's get up game though. I think he does try to get up. He doesn't just accept it, which I hate fighters when they just accept it. They're like, yeah, I'm down. Right. At least he tries. And I don't think Vannata's can keep top control that well on people too. So like I said, I just don't think there's going to be any wrestling. I think it's I just don't see it.
It's going to be a crazy striker. Yeah, because that's how Vannata too, man. He likes to entertain too.
And they're both entertainers. They want to put on a show. They want to be in wars. And
they're both tough as nails. Neither one gets finished. You know what I mean? They both got Vannata's only been finished once. That was short notice against Tony Ferguson, his UFC debut. So, you know what I mean? That was back in the day when Tony Ferguson was Tony fucking Ferguson. So.
Yep. Yeah, we got balls betting on this fight.
Yeah, man.
It's true. This is a close fight. Like, I mean, this is what gambling's all about. It's a coin flip. I mean, split decision might be the way to go. Like, just throwing like a little bit of money down on it, even if it's just like you think it's going to be a split decision, you don't have to pick a guy.
Right. Yep. I'm with you.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a really good fight. All right, we'll move on up here to the next fight, which is Alexander Romanov versus Chase Sherman. We'll make this one real short and sweet. Romanov by domination within the first 2 minutes if he just goes for the takedown. And that's just how it's going to end. It's going to be a submission, ground and pound. Did you see, if you watched Sherman's fight against Jake Collier, that's how it's going to end, but it's going to be a lot more violent.
I'm with you.
It. And if you want to put your life savings on Romanov, you're probably going to win it. You'll win a little bit of money. So feel like it's a safe bet, but I'm not going to touch it because I don't want to bet that minus 1,800 or whatever it is. It's crazy.
Right. What do you think he'll be by the time the fight starts? It's only Thursday.
Dude,
he might
if
be
he's minus 2,000, like that'll be insane. I don't think I've ever seen a fight or UFC fight minus 2,000.
No, I don't think and like there's no value, so it shouldn't really go up because who can really bet on? You can't throw them in parlays or none. It doesn't do none. You'd have to put them like
it doesn't.
So it's like they don't
think
want you to bet on this fight, really,
yeah,
unless you're gonna bet. They want you to bet the underdog, actually. That's why they even got a line on it.
Exactly. And I was going to say, I don't know what the prop lines are. I don't think they've come out yet. But if Romanov in the first round is plus money, like that's a bet I will jump on immediately.
Yeah.
And I don't even care. Like if it's maybe even if it's like minus 150, I'll jump on that.
Yeah. And Chase Sherman, what kind of shape's he going to be in coming in 3 days notice? You seen what Jake Collier did by just landing on top of him. So Romanov's definitely going to. And the thing is, too, is Romanov's definitely going to do it because Chase Sherman isn't no KO guy. You know what I mean? No. So it's not like he's kind of don't even really have a puncher's chance because he really hits with pillow fists. So, yeah, man. Yeah, like they said, Romanov by murder, man. Yep. I'm with that.
The only thing that might scare me, though, if I did do the under or Romanov first round is, let's say Romanov wants to come in here and be like, all right, I'm going to test my stand-up game against him just for the first round. And then second round coming in, I'm just going to just annihilate him. Right. He can totally do that.
Right. Yeah, he could definitely. I mean, and you know what? That's a really good point because Romanov's striking ain't terrible. It looked terrible if you watch him fight like Marcus de Lima. Yeah, because he's a big savage at striking. So he was kind of tearing up his lead leg and stuff. But you seen what happened to him. But yeah, man, he could come out and waste that first round just showing off a little bit of striking because he hasn't really got to show off no striking in the UFC too much. But you never know. He usually goes right in and goes to business though. Gets that takedown.
True, he does. But this would be a good fight. This would be a good fight to test his striking though because he's Sherman's super hittable. Like you said, he's not a knockout guy. And if he want maybe even a couple minutes, but all he needs to do is literally get the takedown.
What's the over/under on this fight?
I don't even know if it came out. It's just money lines.
Oh yeah, some of them.
Look real quick, but
the over though, like you're saying, man, that might be a nice little thing you got there. Like saying it could go over that first round just because. Yeah, I mean, but it's
maybe the prop bet to like start round 2. I feel more comfortable. Like over 1.5 though, I don't feel comfortable at all.
It's going to be tough to figure out. Is he going to pound out Chase Sherman or choke him out? Because he does a little bit of both. You know what I mean? So I guess just go by KO, finish under or something.
Let me see if it's on here real quick.
Okay, so that's the biggest strategy. Like they're only putting a line out there to get you to bet on that underdog, get you to bet on Chase Sherman, but
there's no other lines out there right now.
Because what you really want to do too is be like, all right, what everybody wants to go off of is Romanov looks like he kind of gasses out, but we haven't got to that point. Well, against Espina he did, but like, the thing is like on this, Chase Sherman's not going to get to test that because he's going to gas too, man. He's coming in on 3 days notice, 2 days notice. So it's not like he's going to be some super gas tank that's going to be able to outlast Rosa. So that's why that line's where it's at. But I can see some people wanting to take a little stab. I mean, what, if you put $10, you win what?
80?
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
80, so then you'd be 90 total,
Yeah, that's not bad at all, man.
Yeah.
You're not going to win it, but that's
you're not going to win it, but it's not bad.
It's like, sounds good. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, this is a dumb fight. Let's be honest.
Yeah. It's not that co-main, is it?
No, we got 3 more.
Okay.
Next fight we got though is Macy the Lucky Barber versus Montana De La Rosa.
Yep.
I'll let you start this one.
Yeah, this should be actually a good girls fight on this card. I went back and forth on it. At first, when I was at the casino, I almost put a big bet on Macy Barber because I really liked her, but she's at minus 170. But I'm glad I didn't. I didn't bet this fight either way. But when I went and watched more tape, man, Montana De La Rosa is really good. Like not really, really good, but she's really good. If she can get her wrestling going here, it's going to be a huge problem for Macy Barber. Another thing is she's bigger than Macy Barber. She's 2 inches taller with 3 inches of reach. And if you go back, Macy Barber, most of the people she's beaten up when she looked good was was at 115 were smaller people like JJ Aldridge. There's another girl too that was like 5'1". I can't never remember her name. She don't fight in the UFC anymore, but she beat her up. But them girls are all way littler than her, and when she's fought at 125, she hasn't looked good. So, when against Grasso, she didn't look bad, and I mean she didn't look too bad against the Maverick, but I mean she got beaten both of them, and Roxanne Modafferi. So, I don't know why she's that big of a favorite. She really just beats up air. So, I'll take. I guess it's like I'm picking Barber because I think she's going to be able to keep standing and win like a real close match. But, man, I feel like all the values on Montana De La Rosa, and she could definitely win. If you're playing like DraftKings, that's who you'd want to pick as a big underdog. But even if she loses, she's going to get you a lot of points. So.
Yep. Yeah, I got De La Rosa to win this one.
Nice.
Honestly, like I am not that impressed with Barber. Like, yeah, she has good striking, and like you said, she's beat up the smaller girls, but De La Rosa is pretty big, and I know she's not like, I mean, she's tall and like lengthy, but she's gonna have the better wrestling, and actually her striking is improving like every fight, like legit improving. Like she has a really good jab, she has good straights, and I think she can get this fight to the mat and use her wrestling, and she might even be able to get a submission actually. So I mean, there's a lot to like with De La Rosa, and I think she's at plus 150, 160. I'm hoping a lot more money comes in on Barber towards the fights when they get closer, because I think I'm gonna jump on just one unit, just take a stab. I think this is a really good value. It's hard not to. And if you know what, if Barber comes in and makes me look foolish, then oh well. I mean, she should have lost against Maverick. Like. I'll always remember that fight to the day I die, because there's no way she won that fight.
Yeah. I don't understand why Barber is that big of a favorite, because she's not going to come out here and really dominate De La Rosa. I mean, De La Rosa had that close. I mean, it was a draw with Maria Bueno Silva. Yeah. Because Bueno Silva grabbed the fence. Bueno Silva won 2-1, but she's a beast, dude. Bueno Silva would give it to Macy Barber too, I think. Unless she gets down. But yeah, man. I don't know. I think De La Rosa, like you said, has a really good chance. It was weird too when I went to the casino and I was actually thinking about throwing a unit, 1 unit or a half a unit on De La Rosa. Everywhere on my phone, the place I was looking had Macy Barber at minus 190, but when I went to the casino, they only had it at minus 175. So I'm like, dang, did a bunch of money come in on De La Rosa? But now I'm thinking that it just like never went up.
I think they were a little bit late to the party for moving it up.
Yeah, so I wish I was going there to bet on, because when I was gonna bet on Macy Barber at first, she was minus 165, and I'm like, I almost put like 2.4 units, and then like I said, I'm glad I didn't, because after I went home and watched some more tape, it was definitely a different thing. But you never know with all that, because like last time I wanted to bet big on Rafa Garcia, went home, watched some tape, and was just like, all right, the old Jesse Robinson.
He leveled up.
Yeah,
I did not think he was real good. That good. I don't think Marcin was like the greatest fighter, but oh my god, he made him look like a regional fighter. Like that's how good he was.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I was impressed, and I liked Rafa to win, but I didn't think he'd win like that, even with a point deduction.
Right? Yeah, he came out. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, he looked good. Let's see. Yeah, dude. Salvi Amato works for the mob,
and
bro.
That's what kind of scares me though too about that bet is, UFC does love Barber for some weird reason. I don't think she's that great. And then Sal is going to do a pre-written scorecard of 30-27 for Barber. So
he'll be out smoking cigarettes. He just got his stuff.
I know. It's crazy.
I don't like that dude, man. Yeah. It's crazy because he just flies around the fuck country doing every show. Judging every show. He ruining every fucking fight. Ruins like 4 fights. Everybody's like, you're the worst judge ever, and he's right at the next one. It doesn't. Yeah. There's nothing we can do about it. It's just like, and then you just move on as like people. We just move on to the next one and go, all right, fuck, you got us again. It's been over like 3, 5, 10 years. This guy's been doing this shit, and it's like, it's legit a ripoff. You know what I mean? Like he's legit just like working for the mob, and they just let it keep going. Or he's just like, I'm just going to fill this scorecard out right now. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not even going to watch this fight. Yeah. It's crazy. I would like to. Yeah, I mean, Sal is the number one, Number one bullshit, man. What's that one thing where you number one bullshit guy or whatever? It's like the Indian dude that says no, this guy, number one bullshit guy. That's him. Fucking Saudi amount.
Yeah. No, but like I said, I'm just hoping that plus money keeps going up for her. I mean, if it gets to like 170, 175, I mean, I'm jumping on that for sure. But that could be one bet I do. There's just not a lot of bets left to make now.
Yep.
All right, so next fight we got, we'll do Clay Guida and Claudio Puelles.
Nice.
Did you go first or did I go first? Oh, I think I'll go first this time. I got Claudio here. I think this is going to be a good fight too. I mean, Claudio is going to be the younger guy, obviously. Clay is 40 years old, still trucking. But the big thing that scares me about Guida is, he wants to take you to the mat. I mean, there's no shock there or anything, but man, Puelles is good on his back. He has really good submissions. He's good at reversing knee bars and all this weird submissions and stuff. And I think that's, like I said, it's going to play in the hands of Puelles if Guida tries to take him down. And if this fight does stay standing, I like Puelles striking way better. So I think the only way Guida is going to be able to win this is going to be by decision. And he's going to have to play it safe for 15 minutes. And I just don't know if he can. And Guida has been submitted like 7 times in his career. And Puelles has 6 submissions in his career. So to me, like, I don't know. I think this is a bad matchup for Guida. Like, I'm rooting for the guy, though. I always root for him, whether I pick him or not. But
right.
Man, I know in Puelles' last fight against Grutzemacher, or however you say it, he wasn't looking that great until, he got him to the ground and he got that submission. And I'm like, that could be the same exact fight right here. Like, I think Grutzemacher, how you say his last name, and Guida are almost, they're good comps. They're not like identical by any means, but I mean, maybe Guida has a little bit more better wrestling and cardio, but they're about the same. Like, they always want to be in your face. But I got Puelles here. I got him as an underdog, as plus 100. I think it's going to be a good fight no matter what, but I can see a submission late or by decision.
Right. I don't like Puelles, but I got Clay Guida in this. I think Grutzemacher kind of was on his way. He could, if he played it safe in that third, he might have got that.
No, he was winning that fight until that last part.
And you're right. They besides even looking alike a little bit, Clay Guida and Grutzemacher, they fight a lot alike. But Clay's got way better wrestling, right? Yeah. And to me, Clay's got way better movement and striking.
Yeah, he's
so
quicker.
Like when Puelles tries to go for if he wants to go for the takedowns, because I don't think Clay's going to take him down. Maybe if he gets him tired in the third, but that would be dumb. You've seen them knee bars and stuff like you said.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
He definitely is by far the best wrestler that Puelles has ever fought, and I don't think he's going to be able to get Clay to the ground at all. I don't think he'll be able to corral him anywhere to even be close to get him to the ground. I don't think Clay's going to shoot in. And Clay, man, his striking has looked so good lately with his movement, everything, even against Marco Madsen. A lot of fight, Michael Johnson. He was out striking Michael Johnson. I mean, he looked phenomenal in that fight. I don't think that Puelles is going to get him down. Puelles has that nice, real quick left head kick and he'll throw a straight left right down the middle. But other than that, I didn't see anything I'm really impressed with in his striking. You know what I mean? He's got pretty good grappling and all that. But Clay Guida's movement and stuff is so good. So I like Clay Guida here. I like him to win by decision. He's been hitting hard though, dude. And plus another thing is that I don't like is Puelles looks like his gas can ain't all that great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And against Clay,
definitely Guida's gonna have the better cardio.
Yeah, and I think that Clay Guida's striking has been looking good. So I think that if he doesn't get taken down, this is a dude that Clay Guida has been beating up his whole life. You know what I mean? Because he's usually got pretty decent fight IQ. If he needs to take somebody down and beat him up, that's what he does. And if he needs to keep it standing, and he looked good against Mark Madsen last time. You know, Michael Johnson, a lot of fights recently. So give me Clay Guida, man. I really like him, and I wanted to bet him big. I was at the casino. I was so close to betting him too, and but he was minus 140 though when I went. Clay Guida was a big favorite at first, and then I seen the line going down. But man, I really do. I like Clay Guida. I don't have no bet on it, but I just do. I just like the style matchup because I think that he's gonna have better striking. Nick Alexander's right. Puelles is trash, dude.
Whoa. We only trash cans for like people like Bandera.
Yeah, he's not a trash. That definitely. Yeah.
I'm joking, Nick. I'm joking.
But he's like just that level up above a Grootsmacher, you know what I mean? Or the Grootsmacher also looked in way worse shape than he did when he fought like half a Garcia. Like I thought it was going to be that Grootsmacher.
Well, another thing too about Grootsmacher, doesn't he like train
in a garage now?
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Like in his garage, like he doesn't really have a legit gym. So like,
what he did though, even when he trained, when he fought half of Garcia, I'm pretty sure he was in a D. Because remember, he out cardioed half of Garcia, and then he kind of looked tired against Puelles. Like he just looked slow and lethargic. But dude, Puelles to me, man, I'm really not impressed because like I had bet him in a couple fights, even against Marcos. I think it's Marcos Mariano or something from way back. And he just didn't even look good against him. And then he caught that freaking knee bar, dude, on Grootsmacher, because Grootsmacher was dumb and he was playing in his guard, because Grootsmacher at the end was the one slamming him down, taking him down. And he got taken down. He like kind of fell, tripped, and got taken down in the first round. And Puelles, controlled the whole first round. But the second was on what's his name? But but Grootsmacher doesn't move that much. Clay Guida moves a whole bunch. I don't think he's going to be able to corral him up. And I think that Clay Guida has it's weird to say, but I think he has a lot better striking than Puelles. Definitely throws a lot more punches, a lot more volume, and a lot more movement. And then if it does come down to it, he's the one. That's what I thought with Nick. But he's the one that's going to be on top. You know what I mean? He's the one landing the takedowns, and he doesn't get tired, and Puelles gets tired. So give me Clay Guida, man. I wish I had a bet on it. To be honest, I really do like Clay a lot in this fight, man, because he hasn't been tapped out. Clay's been tapped out 7 times, but that was back in 06. And his tap outs, if you look at his submissions, are more getting caught in guillotines and stuff like that. Where Puelles, that's not really his moves. His are more knee bars. He likes his triangles and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, it's going to be a good fight, I think. And but yeah, man, these are the kind of people that Clay Guida eats for dinner. Clay Guida usually only gets beat by like the best of the best. He's not really out here getting beat by dudes that ain't in the top 15 or 20. But yeah, man, it's going to be a good fight. I can't blame you. You got plus money on Puelles. He's definitely got a chance, man. So.
Yep. And then just to end this real quick, though, do you know who Puelles did beat recently? Do you remember?
Well, he beat Grootsmacher, then Jourdain Levitt. Yeah, man.
Mr. Monkey King Twerker himself. So I mean, come on.
Dude, he's the other part of the trash can. Like he's like right there. Like if you would throw Puelles away in the trash can, he lands right on top of Levitt. But they're
Jourdain Levitt is a national treasure for the UFC.
That motherfucker, he messed the whole card up twerking that bad juju on the card.
I'm gonna bet on Levitt all the time.
Every time he's
what
if he becomes the champion? 155, he subs Makhachev. He subs Makhachev.
I will twerk on this live stream.
He subs Makhachev. Oh no. Yeah. And he did Nick Alexander. They was going a little life and death. Levitt gassed out. Man, I can't wait to see Levitt get knocked into the 3rd row. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't like it because he's a nice guy and all that, but bro, it's like, that fight too, man. That fight was terrible. Yeah.
It was just a weird fight. If Levitt can actually throw his hands some, I know he kicked 90% of that fight, but he had some good punches at the end. I'm like, dude, why don't you throw your hands more?
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, he's just a weird dude, man. He's
super
so weird.
The weirdest.
What are you gonna do? He gets the wins, and that's all that matters. And I'm gonna bet him until
I respect him, man. I respect the dude, man. Definitely. But yeah, dude. Give me Clay Guida, man. Clay Guida.
I mean, I could see ways for each fighter to win here. I'm just picking Puelles. I just think Guida's gonna get caught in something.
Listen, if Guida does mess around and go to the ground with him like Grootsmacher and be dumb about it, then he definitely could get caught, and he would be dumb. And then it's
gonna happen. It might not be a guillotine, but he might be able to reverse out of his back position. And then get a knee bar or some crazy little, something like that.
He's got a good knee bar. He's got an excellent knee bar. I think he's got 2 or 3 of them in the UFC alone. So that's a good possibility, man.
All right. So the next fight we got is the main event.
Metal music to go. I love Clay. Dude, I've been watching that dude since I was young, man. I love it, man. Coming out just rocking his head and going nuts, bro.
We got Amanda Lemos and Jessica Andrade. Who you got?
on this one, dude, this is gonna be a really good fight. If Lemos wouldn't have looked so kind of terrible in that hill fight, in that second and third where she was slowing down so much,
Bad.
I might have been on Lemos because she's a little bigger.
No,
You
I
know,
would.
she's got
Yeah,
KO power, all the kicks and all that. But it's like, man, if you and this is a 5-round fight, if you start slowing down against Andrade like that, like you might not even get a chance to slow down against Andrade because that's another thing. Lemos, she's a little taller. She's what 5'4"
yeah,
to the 5'1", but she stands up kind of tall. You know, when she's striking. That's why Hill was kind of able to hit her with some good shots. But she's got crazy power. She's gonna be super dangerous in that first round. And maybe, you know, even in that second, but Andrade is tough. She's really good. Coming back down to 115 where she just carries so much power, man, that I gotta take Andrade. I gotta take Andrade. Lemos, man, if she don't get the finish in the first round, she starts slowing down. Andrade is gonna work her to the body, work her to the head, and eventually get that stoppage in the third or fourth round. I got a bet on Andrade. I got a 1.65 units to win one. I got her at minus 165, and yeah, man, it's going to be a good fight. It's not going the distance, dude. I don't see because both these
yeah,
girls are power strikers, and it's 5 rounds. That I mean, I don't really see this fight getting out of the third, either one of them, like they say, because
yeah,
Lemos definitely has a chance to win this fight. I mean, it sucks. Like I said, I bet
yeah,
Andrade. If you think Lemos has no chance, that's crazy. Like, because the Weili Zhang fight, man, you've seen Andrade can be hit, clipped, and hurt. So, I don't see this fight going the distance. With Lemos, between Lemos's gas problems and both of them having really good power for women, I don't see this going the
yeah,
distance.
yeah. I
And
think that.
I think that Andrade could have the wrestling advantage here a little bit too
Yeah,
with the slams, stuff like that. So yeah, give me Andrade, and I hope she wins. I hope it's a good or a good main event, you know, and give me Andrade.
yeah, yeah. I got Andrade too, and I don't like betting Andrade, and I did. I just think this is going to be a very good matchup for her, like you said. I think she just needs to be careful in the first round. That's where Lemos is probably going to win. It's going to be first round knockout or pretty much nothing. And
Right.
if she can either get a takedown early or even push her up against the cage, work for takedowns, stay in the clinch, just wear down Lemos in the first round, I think that'll pay so much dividends in the later rounds that I just don't think Lemos is going to have the cardio for it. I think Andrade is going to be able to finish her probably by the third or fourth round, whether it's by knockout or maybe some weird submission when Lemos is completely gassed. Aw. Hi, Avery.
She just got back from the beach. Say hi. Remember Johnny? Remember
I met you a while ago. I don't know if you remember me.
Yep. In Columbus. Yeah, they just got back.
But
yeah, man.
I got Andrade here. I just don't see how she loses unless it's the first round fluky knockout, which I don't even remember the last time Andrade got knocked out. Well, unless it was like Shevchenko, but that was like on the ground.
Right, and that's Shevchenko. She kept wrestling her too,
and it's Shevchenko too. So
yeah, man. I think Andrade is going to be coming back, threatening for that title again. So give me Andrade. I hope she wins. I put a decent little bet on her. So
yeah, I had a bet with Andrade and Cape, but you know how that went out. So now it's just Andrade like minus 170.
yeah. What's she up to? Like minus 200 now?
I think she's close to 200, maybe 190, 200 range.
They keep betting her up. I mean, eventually the value is going to go on Lemos, but
yeah,
I still like Andrade a lot.
I think it's like first round, like we said, first round Lemos knockout is probably the way to go. Maybe second round, but I just don't see how Lemos wins other than the first, maybe second round.
I bet all my things are money or just like money lines this week.
Yeah.
I had that one over and then the rest, but yeah, I bet her just on money line. But I mean, the over under in that can't hurt at all. See, I just didn't. I like the under too. It was 3.5, but I don't like to have two things on one fight. Then you gotta hope Andrade does it and she does it in under 2.5. Otherwise, I pick her right and then she don't do it until 4.5.
Every once in a while, like I'll do those bets where it's like, Andrade to win and over 1.5 rounds or something like that. You might get like a little bit bump. Like if it's like a minus 150 money line and you do that over 1.5, like you might get plus money for that. So I look at those every once in a while. But I think this fight you would have to do like Andrade over 2.5 to get plus money. And I think Andrade can finish her in the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth round. So
Right.
it's kind of like rolling the dice on that.
Right. That Andrade, what Victor was saying, Andrade by plus 230 by KO is nice. And what broke bet.
That's the bet.
That Lemos by KO in round 1 or 2 is plus 650. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's really
the
wild.
way that she's going to win. It's first or second round.
Yeah. And she got a decent chance to do that. So plus 650 is like, it's pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, I did like a free little like fun bet. I did like Jourdain Wright knockout in the first round, and I did Puelles submission, and that's like plus 3,500.
Oh wow!
I did like a free bet for $10.
Oh nice!
It'll win like 350. So
that's a nice bet. It's definitely nice.
I'm trying to make the card interesting because, like I said, there's no spots to bet really.
Yeah, this is I mean, and they even had to replace like these 3 fights just to keep the card. You know, there's already only maybe 11 fights or 10 fights on it.
Yeah, I want to say there's probably, let's see real quick, probably 11. I want to say 12.
Yeah, this hopefully our bets cover on them.
Yeah, no, I think we got some good bets. I think everyone else said some good bets too for everybody. I didn't see any bad ones or anything, so we're all good.
Yeah. We just, me and you, we got the Lando and the Charles Jourdain.
Usually we have like 2 or 3 different bets, but this is going to be the one of the week that we bet against each other, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I know last week we did a Godzi and Kaio.
Yeah,
and then Levitt and Ogden, I think, right?
Levitt.
I'm never gonna. I'm always gonna say Levitt. And you're gonna be like, God damn it!
I can't wait till he fights a real guy, man. We wait till he fights like, what's he 155 when he fights like
Bobby Green?
I need to see Gaethje, Michael Chandler versus Levitt.
Oh man,
knocking that up.
Pure domination. Pure domination.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll let you get back to your vacation. I know you're probably have some company and stuff over, so I appreciate you doing this for coming out.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Have a good time.
But go ahead and like and subscribe Cody's channel, Blood Money MMA Bets. Like this video if you haven't already. Thanks for everybody showing up, participating in the chat. Appreciate everybody. Hope you guys have a good fight card. Hope you guys have good bets. And maybe this card will be good. Maybe. I'm trying.
You never know. It ends up being the greatest card ever, dude. There's like 9 performance bonuses handed out.
Wasn't that, well, real quick, I know I just said bye to everyone, but remember, wasn't it like one fight card that had like 10 finishes out of 12 fights or something crazy like that?
Yeah.
Dude,
what if
that wasn't, I think that might have been London. Was it London?
Yeah, that had a lot of finishes. Chase Sherman, dude, he gets performance of the night, first round sub. Dude. Of Romanov, he gets the sub.
That'll be insane. All right, guys, we'll let you go. All right, take care, guys.
See
you next time.
You broke bets. See you all, you guys. Thanks for stopping by, man. See you guys.
Later, man.
Thank you.